Good morning. Glory to the Most High today. Well, I think the only thing that I've ever really thought recently, as far as like a realization, what I'm learning is like I had a discussion with somebody about the Big Bang Theory and like atheism, and more like the Big Bang Theory. And I was thinking, like, if you're coming from the Christian perspective and you're seeking those outside your fold, you would want to check the hearts of people to see if they know the truth. Sometimes for me, you're able to, you might be able to as well find the truth in others' beliefs, just to let them know they're not so far off your page, that maybe something they believe in is exactly what you believe in, and to pull them onto your side. The Big Bang is like, the example was like from the Big Bang Theory, it's like everything started with a big bang, an explosion of energy and power and light, and in the Bible, from the Christian perspective, it started with a word or a voice. And so if you take a sound clip of a word, but you take just like milliseconds or maybe even like a quarter of a second of a word as a sound clip, and you play it really loud on a like sound system or even your headphones, it's gonna sound like a really loud bang, just bang. Like if you say hey, but then you play just a sound clip and go hey, and it sounds like a bang. So the idea is that, yeah, it was a big bang that started it all. I believe that it was the beginning of a wave, the beginning of a waveform that just exploded from a point, from a region that that happened to create, matter and light and different things that we are abound in today. I do believe in the Big Bang because that's the same as the start of a word from nothing. And you don't argue with the person, you just agree with them. You agree with them and you say things like, okay, maybe the people back in the day, like the prophets or whatever, when they're talking about God or trying to get them on your side, like just say like, I'm understanding how you believe in the Big Bang, because maybe they understood energy as well, and the only way they could explain waveforms and think, okay, this is going to be passed down for thousands of years, how do we explain it in a way that won't get diluted or lost? Well, we'll say sound, we'll say a voice, and if it went from nothing to something, then they'll know that there was a big bang that happened. But I don't think they would limit themselves to just that point. You get what I'm saying? Like Christianity kind of opens up the view for science to go even farther back than the Big Bang. Oh, what was before the Big Bang? Like, what's all this? What's the material that all this sits in? What's how did the Big Bang start? Well, then you say, well, it was a voice. It was a word of God. How do we search that scientifically then? And you open a whole new realm of like seeking. If you choose to believe in, if you choose to believe, then it'll open up a new realm for you to seek more out, like if you want to just start it at the Big Bang, you'll never be able to search farther back. You're limiting yourself to just that. Quantum theory is kind of a little bit more faithful because you're saying many things can happen at the same time. Now, see, that's the belief that they don't want to go back even farther. They just want to go sideways. General relativity will prove any point of quantum. Uh, what is it? Quantum mechanics or quantum theory? You use general relativity to prove every perspective point of quantum probability. So, like, quantum theory says, if I try product A, then outcomes A, B, C, D, and E happen at the same time. But through perspective, we only see one thing happen. But many things can happen at the same time. You use general relativity to catch every perspective, because general relativity waits on the end of every quantum option to prove that option. It doesn't limit just this one, it proves that one. But if you say, hey, B happens at the same time as A2 and it's a totally different outcome, you can use general relativity at the end of that outcome to prove that outcome as well. It's very open. E equals mc squared is perspective. It's a formula for faith, perspective for everything. I studied it. I was like, dude, this is the formula for faith. This is the mathematical formula of faith. It's like, it can be applied to so many different things. Duality. It's actually applied to duality. And if you use it like perspective between two eyes, E, what I see in life equals what I experience as life is what I see as mass times two light sources. Like, E equals mass times the speed of light squared, because I have two receivers for the speed of light. That's squared. And then the mass is whatever I'm receiving. So, like, even if you throw a ball, what goes up comes down, that's c squared, because what goes up goes down. That's two different forms of light, or the same light but divided in two forms. So there's quantum mechanics in E equals mc squared, because c squared can be the same energy that you're perceiving, but from two different perspectives, which gives you quantum mechanics. Just the fact that we have two eyes is quantum mechanics. Look, I see energy with this eye. Look, I also see energy with this eye. But both of them are open at the same time that I receive it. That's quantum mechanics. E, the whole perspective, what you're viewing here on this video is E. The material that I'm pitting out to you is, like, the video itself is the mass, and your eyes are the c squared. Or if you don't have eyes, then your ears are the c squared. If you don't have ears, then your nose is the c squared. If you don't have nose, ears, or eyes, then your mouth and your butthole are c squared. I'm serious. It's all E equals mc squared. So even Einstein knew that there was a coming time of faith, quantum, and general relativity, that they would all agree with each other, that there is this, like, spinning, and there's a point that we come to every time that we can all agree with. One says at that point it's everywhere, and the other one says no, it's only here, and then they only agree when they come here, and then they go over here, and then they come back over here, and they say, yeah, we agree again, because it helps us, and then it comes over here. But then the other one says, no, that's there. It's weird. Alright, anyways, have a good day.